Hey, welcome to Cooking with Kenny G. Now in today's video, I'm going to show you how to take this humble little squash and elevate this into an elegant dish that looks like this. Like in all my other videos, I like to have all my prep or my mise en place done. So I'm going to run you through what you're going to need. Now these are butternut squash. You're going to need 2 of these, 2 yellow onions, depending on the size, 3 or 4 stalks of celery, a couple of carrots. These are medium carrots, peeled, everything's washed, ready to go. You're gonna need some salt, some pepper, a little bit of nutmeg, and some olive oil, bay leaf, and that's it for the soup. Well, not everything though. There's gonna be another ingredient that I'm gonna show you. Watch along. Like all my recipes in the past, don't worry, there will be a recipe PDF link that you can download, print off. If you want, you can make your own cookbook. Put these lovely little file folders in there. You can wipe them off too if they get dirty, if you're cooking up a storm like I usually do. Now equipment you're gonna need too, a knife, peeler, and a pan to roast your vegetables in. The reason that I use butternut squash is, and I'll show you after I peel it, but this has a super high yield on it. Once you peel it and cut off the bottom part, take out the seeds, this is pretty much 100% usable. A lot of the other squashes, you know, might look huge, but the cavity is full of seeds and there's really not much to them. So bang for the buck, which is really cheap anyway, these are the best. So let's get going, I'll show you what to do. I'm gonna peel the squash and then I'm gonna show you how to prep it, how to cut it, how to clean it. So just peel it with your peeler, pretty simple. Don't really need to explain it much more than that. Now I've got the squash, just gonna cut off the 2 ends. And I'm gonna cut it off right about here. And what that will do is give me the thick part with all the meat, and then the bulb here at the bottom, or the bottom of it, that's where all the seeds are, so those will be cleaned out. As you can see, there's not a whole lot of seeds in this one compared to the size of it. Take a spoon and scoop those seeds out. There, just right into the recycling. Don't forget, save the environment. You can do that for both squash, and then we're just going to rough chop them. I should have mentioned too, public service announcement, if you want to call it that. These squash are a little bit harder, so be very careful. Do not have a super big squash that you're going to cut up. You don't want to slip and cut your fingers off. I don't want you to do that. And if you do cut your fingers, you won't be cooking anymore. So let's just be careful. Like I say, safety never takes a holiday. Now there they are, they're diced up into about 1-inch square cubes. That'll be good for roasting. Don't forget, glue scraper. Always helps you keep your cutting board clean. Now it is time for the Trinity, as it's called in cooking, or also mirepoix. Now why do they call it the Trinity? Well, the reason for that is this onion, celery, and carrots, that's a base for a lot of dishes in French cooking. Don't mean to throw another French word at you, but there you go. You've got mirepoix, you've got mise en place. Let's get these all cut up now into about the same size as a squash, about 1-inch dice. Carrots, cut them up a little bit smaller. They're a little bit harder and they roast a little bit slower. I want everything to be cooked about the same time. So let's just cut those up a little bit smaller. Call them 1/2 inch or 1.5 centimeter dice, slice, chop. Now you might be saying, Chef Kenny G, why are we roasting these vegetables? Well, here comes another French word, the Maillard reaction. Now what that is, it's the sugars when they roast, they caramelize, they increase the flavor, and they also create a little bit of that umami flavor. So it creates a lot more richness in the dish. If you were just to throw this stuff in a pot, cook it, blend it, it would not have the same flavor. So trust me, roast your vegetables and you are going to get a beautiful, rich umami, lots of flavor in it. The wow factor, let's call it that. And I'm going to add in about 4 garlic cloves into that too. Just peel those and chop them roughly. Actually, I guess I only have 3 here. depending on the size and depending how much garlic you like. Now this is completely optional. You don't have to add garlic if you don't want to. Now there they are. All the vegetables cut up nicey onto a roasting pan. Now I'm gonna add about 2 tablespoons of olive oil in this. Now that's just gonna help the vegetables roast. If I don't put a little bit of oil in there, a little bit of fat, it's gonna get a little bit dry. So I'm not gonna make it greasy, just enough to cover the vegetables so that they'll roast a little bit nicer, caramelize a little bit nicer, get the Maillard reaction going a little bit. Get your hands in there if you want. Feel your food. So now we're gonna season that. Again, don't forget there is gonna be a recipe PDF, so you can click on that link. A little kosher salt on there. I'm not gonna add too much of this because I am gonna add my own chicken stock into it. You can always add more salt, but I can't take it out. Now I'm gonna put in a little bit there just to help enhance the flavoring though. Cracked black pepper. That's a little bit of a secret here, but it is a fall soup or a winter soup. So I'm gonna put a little bit of nutmeg in there. Nutmeg goes great with squash. Not too much so you want it to taste like a dessert. Now I'm gonna put in there about 1/4 teaspoon or 2 mils, 1 mil in Canada. It's all ready to go. So I'm gonna throw that in the 400-degree oven for an hour, hour and a half, and then I will see you, but it's actually not gonna be an hour. It'll probably be the next scene. Let's get this going. Now let's have a little POV. I'm gonna show you the squash and the vegetables that have been roasting in the oven. There they are there, beautiful. Now I'm gonna give those a little bit of a stir. They've been in there for about 30 minutes. Get that ridiculous blue glove so I don't burn myself. You know how much I love my ridiculous blue glove. Just move those around a little bit. Got some browning in the ovens. Again, that's the sugars that are caramelizing. That's that Maillard reaction that I was talking about. Again, who needs science? We're just cooking. All right, close that up. Let's give it another half hour or so. It's been an hour, well, an hour cooking time anyway for the vegetables, not an hour in this video, otherwise you guys would have left a long time ago. So let's get the veggies out, get them into a pot. I'll show you that little tease I was telling you about too. So don't forget, use the ridiculous blue glove. I will put a link down below for this. I love these things. They're actually called Love You gloves. Now, not sponsored or anything. If I find something that works, I'm gonna tell you. These things are awesome, man. And you can wash them too, so, which is great. All right, veggies look awesome. I don't know if you can see or not, but I got a beautiful caramelization on there. We got some umami in there. It's a popular term anyway. But that's in there too. So we're gonna get this in the pot. Now remember, I was telling you I have a little, it's not really a secret, but if you look up here, learn how to make a chicken stock. Now I put my own chicken stock in this one. I learned how to make that. You're gonna save some money too. You don't have to go out and buy that, either the powdered chicken stock, which I think pretty much is just powder and flavoring. There's no good in it at all. This is just a bone broth with some vegetables in it. Again, I used the mirepoix or the Trinity. Now, if you wanted to make this vegetarian or vegan, you can just add a veggie stock into it, okay? So as it is right now, there's no animal fats in this one. This is good to go for my friends who are vegans, my friends who are vegetarians, and then my friends who are the meatitarians maybe. They can use the chicken stock in that. So let's get this in the pot, get the chicken stock in, get it on the stove, get it cooking, and then we're pretty much done. I mean, this is really easy. You just basically had an hour of cooking time in there. I haven't really done a whole lot. Ridiculous blue glove, ever-present blue scraper. Let's just get that into the pot. Oh, I don't know if you can see or not, but these beautiful, oh, look at the color on that, nicely roasted. Smells awesome. The flavors are gonna be so good in that. Now, normally I like to use the sill pad, as you've seen, or the silicone mat, as you've seen in other videos, but I don't like to use it when I'm roasting vegetables, especially with onions and garlic and that flavor, even though you can wash the mat, the flavor will impart on that. So I hope you got a good dishwasher who is not gonna be too mad at you for this. Anyway, a little bit of soaking time, a little bit of scrubbing, it'll be perfect. All right, I'm gonna add my stock into that, and then I'm gonna get it on the stove. I'll bring it a little bit closer so you can see what I'm doing. All my vegetables and my squash are on the stove. I'm gonna add in my beautiful stock here. I don't know if you can see, look at the color in that. This is absolutely gorgeous. Again, maybe up here somewhere. I'm not gonna push it too many times, but the video is up there. You wanna see how to make your own stock and also learn how to break down a chicken, save some money. This is saving money. This is just basically the byproduct from when I cut up some chicken. So let's get that in there. And we'll get that going. Okay, the stock's in there. Get the stove on. Gonna bring this up to a boil, reduce it down to a simmer. I'm gonna season it a little bit, and then I'm gonna slightly cover it, not fully cover it. I want some of that steam to escape. I want to keep some of the liquid inside, which will condense on the lid and go down. I know it's going to need a little bit of salt. I'm going to add some more salt afterwards too, but I want to get some of that salt flavor in there as it's cooking. And then a little bit of black pepper. Again, I can adjust after it's finished. Get a bay leaf in there. One good one. Let's put 2 in there, so bay leaves. I don't know if I talked earlier about I like to put all my herbs and spices into these great deli containers. You just get them out of those crappy little bags that fall over or fall down in your pantry. You can stack them up nicely. Makes your pantry look chef's kiss. The soup's simmering good now. I'm just gonna keep a lid on it, and I'm gonna let that cook for about 30 minutes or so. It really doesn't have to cook that long. The veg is already roasted. I just want to incorporate a little bit of that flavor. We're gonna get it off the stove, puree it, and then I'm gonna show you a chef it up presentation, okay? Turn that down to simmer, and then you can walk away and do whatever you want and just come back. It'll be ready to go. Soup's been cooking long enough now on the stove. It's ready for the next step. We're gonna puree it. This is a pureed soup. So make sure, take out the bay leaves. I always forget. This time I remembered because they were on the top. Now this is the dangerous part of this. You gotta be very careful. This is a super hot liquid going into a blender. That is where trouble happens. Give it a little bit of room. When you blend it, it's gonna heat up and actually expand a fair bit. Now, safety first, or safety always anyway. Put the lid on top, take a rag, or a cloth, not a rag. Put it over the top, hold it down tight. Now start your blender on slow. Do not put it on high speed right away because it will pop the top off and be all over the ceiling, all over your face. And then you're gonna blame me. So don't blame me, I'm telling you how to do it properly. Start her on slow, and then just increase the speed, and then hit fast. Make sure you hold the lid down though. It's all blended up now. I'm just gonna clean up a little bit here. Gonna get this on the stove, but I'm gonna bring you a little bit closer so you can see it. And then after that, we are gonna chef it up. Everybody loves the chef it up part. At least I hope you do. I do anyway. Back on the stove now, in the pot. Just taste it, adjust the seasoning. If you think it needs more salt, more pepper, can't be less. So make sure you didn't add too much at the start. Like I said, you can always add more, but you can't take it away. Beautiful. That soup is awesome. Almost like I knew what I was doing. I'm gonna move you over a little bit. I'm gonna show you the Chef It Up presentation, and then you could go and make your own soup and enjoy it. We're finished. Now it's time for Chef It Up presentation. Just take the soup, into a bowl, however much you wanna do. Out of that recipe, I got about 3.5 liters of soup, or about 12 cups. So there's 12 portions of soup for you. Beautiful. So we got the soup in the bowl there. Now I made a beautiful green oil. If you look up here, you'll see the recipe on how to make a green oil. Again, it's just more of a garnish. You've seen a lot of those fancy restaurants where they have the green or they have the colored oils around there. That's all this is. Has a lot of flavor in it though. It's just made with herbs and stuff. So like I said, look at the video. You can learn how to make green oil. Makes a beautiful garnish presentation. Just give a little bit of that around there. I have a little bit of sour cream. Now my vegan friends can't do it. My vegetarian friends can if they want. And just give a couple little swirls in there, or little lines. Make it look fancy. Of course, parsley. Why parsley? Because parsley is cheap and it looks good. A little bit of parsley on there. And of course, just a little touch of nutmeg. Give it a little bit of that fall flavors, and it looks fantastic too. So there it is. You learn how to make a beautiful roast squash soup. Super cheap to make, super easy to make. Great in the winter or even in the fall for those great fall winter flavors. Comfort food. Hey, thanks again so much for watching. I hope you learned how to make a beautiful roast squash soup. Very easy, not very time consuming. You are going to be so amazed with the umami flavors in this. The Maillard reaction that gives you that roasted, full, awesome flavor. Anyway, there it is. So if you enjoyed the video, thumbs up. Subscribe down below. Leave some comments too. Love reading your comments, and I will respond back to them. So enjoy your winter, fall roast squash. So good soup. Enjoy the soup. It is so good.